Hi there, it's Katrin from 3Ps. Glad you can join me today. I'm just going to do a bit about how to lift weights safely. If you're going to be in a gym and you want to develop, it's really important that you know the basics about health and safety. Before we start on actually how you handle weights, let's talk about the gym and how weights will be arranged. You'll see behind me we have a stack of weights. That's normally how they're held. The light ones at the top, the bottom ones at the bottom. I actually have my own big commercial gym. And I get driven mad by clients who leave the weights on the floor. It's a tripping hazard, and also if they're quite heavy, it's difficult for people to move and put them back unless they've been put neatly. So if you use weights, please put them back. There is no weights fairy that's going to do this for you. Okay, so make sure that you keep the floor of the gym relatively tidy. So now let's talk about how you actually handle weights and how to do so safely. Okay, so let's move over to my bench. I put on the floor a couple of weights that you can see. Just move them back a bit. A couple of weights on the floor, okay? So how would you pick a weight up? I'm going to demonstrate how not to do it without carrying weight, because I don't want to damage my own back. But let's move to the side, okay? So if you just wanted to pick a weight up, you might think, well, I'm going to pick it up like that, okay? Now, in the same way as when you're picking up anything heavy, like a suitcase or a box, you would never just bend over, not unless you want to put your back out. The same goes with weights, okay? When you're picking up and putting weights down, you need to make sure that you keep your stomach in and you bend from the knee, okay? So it's this movement you want to do, not that movement, okay? Get into the habit of that so that it becomes automatic in the gym. You will thank me for this advice, because it means that you won't ever put your back at risk. Ignore what other people do in the gym. People do incredibly unsafe things in the gym. I often will wince at what's going on. Occasionally, I'll go and try and give some help, but often I just have to leave it alone. But hopefully after seeing this, you'll be lifting safely now for the rest of the time you're at the gym. So when you're picking up two weights, what you're looking to do is not go and then one like the other. What you're going to do, I'll just shake it up with your front on, is you're going to bend, you're going to have your hands beside you, you're going to make sure the weight's already arranged for you on the floor. You're going to bend like this, and you're going to lift, okay? And the same thing, just move back a bit so you can see a bit more. So you're going to bend like that and put them down, okay? Same thing when you lift them up, all right? Okay? That is a safe way to lift a set of weights, whatever their weight. If you've got really heavy weights and you're doing any sort of bench work, it's useful to have a partner with you who can hand you weights. I've got a bench here just to give you a sense of what you would do if you don't have a partner with you. So I'm just going to adjust this bench over. So I can just show you how you would get your weights up to the height if you're on your own, okay? Right, make sure that's in shot, like this. Okay, right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get weights up to shoulder height, for example, if you want to do a shoulder press, okay? So you are standing, you are now sitting on your bench, okay? Feet are flat on the ground, hands free. How do I get the weights from the floor to up here, okay? Let's first of all talk about what you wouldn't do, okay? Assume I've got a weight in these hands. What I wouldn't do is to go and pick the weight up, is bend over, pick them up, and then swing them back over my head, okay? Reasons not to do that. First of all, potential shoulder injury, because it's a huge, big movement with a big weight, okay? You're lifting like that. With momentum, you can very easily overextend your shoulder. The other thing is, obviously, if you're going like lifting up like this, is the risk of overbalancing and actually taking your shoulder out of its socket. Okay, so that's probably, as you persuaded, is not a great way to lift. So how do you do it? First of all, you take them one weight at a time. Right? So you go down. I would normally brace one hand on one knee, particularly if I'm doing really, really heavy weights. I'm going to lift the weight up and I'm going to put it on my knee like that. Okay. I'm going to do that, go down and get the other one and lift it and put it on the other knee. Like that, okay? So now, I've got them on both knees. So, quiz, how do I get them from here to above my head? Okay? In two stages. Okay, I'm going to take them to my shoulders first, then above my head, and I'm going to take them one at a time. Use the bounce, the natural bounce you've got in your knee. You can bounce it up like this, if you want, to here. Okay? That works if you have not too heavy a weight. The other way to do it, if you haven't got any help, but take great care, is to take it off your knee and swing it to your shoulder. I'll show you. So you take it off your knee, down to your side, and you swing only to there. And as soon as you get to your shoulder, the plate of the dumbbell needs to hit your shoulder, and that stops the acceleration. So what you don't want to do is be going backwards with this, okay? While you're doing this movement, you make sure you're sitting up and you've got your stomach in. Because you're slightly pivoting from the hips, you want to be careful of your back. So you could either bounce it up like that, or let it drop to the side and swing it up, okay? You've got it now braced on this shoulder. The back plate of the dumbbell is on your shoulder, so it's still. Now concentrate on the other arm. Again, you can either bounce it up, okay? Or you can drop it and swing. They're now both balanced on your shoulder, okay? There has been no big swing involved, you've taken it in stages. Now, from here, you want to go into a shoulder press. Now, you don't shoulder press with the dumbbells facing this way. You shoulder press with dumbbells facing the other way. Do this one arm at a time. So bring it up above your head. Okay, see, it's not like this, it's like that. Up above your head, okay? Use the back of the bench to rest your back against. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground. And then from here, it's a simple case. Bring it down and do your shoulder press, okay? You do your shoulder press, however many you're going to do. 8 reps if you're serious about building muscle and you're experienced. 10, 12 to 15 if you're just starting out, okay? Now, when you've finished your shoulder press, how do you get the weights back down? It's just a reverse process. Twist them round, take one down to the shoulder, take the other one down to the shoulder. Down to your knee, down to your knee. One at a time to the floor. 1, back up, 2. You see lots of guys, meathead type guys, who, when they are finished with their shoulder press, they fling the weights. Number 1, that shows disrespect for the weights, and these are expensive pieces of kit that don't belong to you. It's not your role to mistreat the equipment that belongs to the gym owner. There's not a lot of money in gyms, particularly if it's a private weightlifting gym. Equipment is very expensive, and I personally, if I see that, would have a word and just say, look, unless you prescribe the equipment, you just can't train here, because that's not, equipment's not going to last. So flinging is disrespectful. Number 2, you actually risk that weight bouncing, rebounding, either hitting your foot or somebody else's. Yeah, so you also can injure yourself. So if you want to look classy, if you want to look like a pro, you literally bring them down to your shoulders, down to knee, and down to the ground, okay? So that is how you lift dumbbells from the floor up to upright, or from the floor to knees when you're doing any sort of shoulder work. So I hope that's been helpful, and thanks very much for watching. Subscribe to follow. Got lots of videos coming on using equipment in the gym and training, and also about how you build muscle, because muscle is my specialism. And also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/3psmedia. You can also get a free download on our website. If you go to 3pspublishing.com, there's a free book on alcohol-free drinks, because that's part of the healthy lifestyle that goes with living, working with weights. So I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.